Hello, everybody, and welcome to this Xbox Live episode 306, Gamescom 2014. I am one of your hosts, Mark AK Wingman 709, and with me, as always, is my good buddy Rob.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Rob, also known as Presar on Xbox Live. Hello, hello.
And also with us is a very sleepy, very tired Mr. Brun.
Hello.
he's
No, run BJ Swick 33. So I
got
am here.
he's got toothpicks to keep his eyes open. So we got a lot to talk about this week, and it was Gamescom on top of it seemed like a ton of other news announcements that were like not even wrapped around Gamescom. It's like all of a sudden, where's this coming from? So it was pretty crazy. So we got a lot to get to, and we're going to get to it really quick here. But before we do, we want to just remind you all that if you love us like everybody should and want to support us, please support us by going out to thisxboxlife.com and clicking on the Amazon link on the right side. That'll take you to the Amazon affiliate page closest to your region of the world, in which we have an affiliate page with. And yeah, then when you make your low purchases, we get a little tiny percentage of that. Doesn't cost you anything extra, and that helps support the show. And with that, guys, we've been saying it for a couple of weeks. We're going to give something away. We need to do it.
Hmm.
So what we need to do that like next week maybe we can give a giveaway or something.
Cool.
So should we do like $20 gift cards, $60 gift cards? I don't know. Well, you know what? Let me put it to the community again. We did that last time. So I will post the thing in the Facebook group. I'll put a poll up there. Give us some items, and you tell us what you guys would like to see. $20 gift cards, more people get the chance to win. $60 gift card, less people, but you get a full price game. So you let us know. We've got some stuff to give away. Um, and also, I've been thinking about this for the past couple of weeks. I haven't yet to talk to these guys about it, but we used to sell TXL T-shirts, and we need to revise the image and get those out. Now that we got a much bigger audience, I think we might be able to sell some TXL T-shirts and give those things away. So that might be cool. So if anybody, but we'll talk about that. So no, that's coming. I'm gonna make that happen here in the very near future. I've been wanting to do it, and I just haven't had time. But we're gonna get the TXL T-shirts revitalized. So with that, let's jump into what we've been playing, and we'll start with Rob.
Yeah, not much. A tiny bit of Infinity, but the rest of my time on the consoles has really been just maintenance and house cleaning, just clearing up space on the 360 because all those free games we're getting are just killing my hard drive.
Yeah.
Isn't that a horrible problem?
Yeah.
Because
Third
I
third
I
world
was,
problems.
yeah, I was really surprised that 'cause all of them. I just grab them. I just grab them usually on the marketplace online through the
Hmm.
browser,
Yeah.
and then they download whenever I happen to have the machine on. And some of these are like 6 gig, and hard drive space is precious on the 360. So
Yep.
I just went through and I cleaned out a bunch of games that I really didn't play much, and then I got reminded of some really good games that I had on there that I totally forgot about. But I did that, and then on the Xbox One, that last update that we got, it was 2 gig. Do you remember? Did you see that one, Mark?
I'm sorry, I was typing.
No.
I wasn't
How
listening. What did
dare
you
you?
say?
How dare you?
Dude, my mind.
Go to
I'm,
go to the
I'm
principal's
I'm
office
working with
now.
the community, man. I'm chatting with the community. I got time to listen to you.
You're on Facebook, aren't you?
I'm in Twitch chat, which is completely frozen.
Right. Anyway, like the last update that we got on the preview program was 2 gig. That was huge.
I
I
didn't
was
even notice the size of them. I just know every time it updates, my machine gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
This thing boots up now and runs like my 360 does. I'm like, dude, it's way too early in the life cycle for this thing to be this much of a resource hog.
You're a
I,
pioneer. The
oh,
pioneers get all the arrows, unfortunately.
dude, they gotta freaking clean up some of this mess. It's
Yeah.
getting worse. Every update, they introduce new stuff, and I'm like, what is going on? What's happening? So,
But yeah, just going through, did some of those quests and everything. But other than that, I really haven't been playing much. Uh, who's up next here? Brun? What have you been playing?
Well, of course, I've been playing Battlefield 4. Well, kind of playing it. I've been doing a lot of spectating and advisory mode, so trying to keep
Yeah,
respectful.
we're losing your mic again.
Uh, Sorry, I have to talk louder. Is what it is. Something happened on the adjustments. There's been some updates, and it's causing problems with it. But Battlefield 4 and on Origin this week, you can get a 72-hour play time of Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare. So I
Want you?
downloaded it and tried to. I started playing. I played like maybe 2 rounds or something like that, and I jumped right into it. So I really didn't like read anything or figure out like what the whole besides run, shoot, run and shoot and stuff like that. So I was kind of getting my butt kicked left and right, not knowing what I should walk over and what I shouldn't walk over. So seems like a fun little game. Evie and Jameson were standing right next to me, watching me play it. They get a big kick out of it. So, but that's trying to think if that's all I've done right now. Yes, that's all I've pretty much played. Up to you,
All
Mark.
right. All right. See, now I am on Facebook. I'm trying to post the question of what kind of stuff do you want us to give away.
Huh.
So what did I play this week? I did. It's been pretty slow for me, but I did actually pick up Diablo 3 on my 360 because I had played that game all the way through, like 4 or 5 times through. Leveled up my Demon Hunter really high, but I had rented the game. Well, it comes out on Xbox One, and the 360 Ultimate Evil Edition comes out this coming week on Tuesday. And I'm like, awesome! I'm gonna buy it again, and I'm gonna play through and all this. Well, just recently they made an update to the game so that your character would come across into the Xbox One, and I'm like, so I had to go buy Diablo 3 and pop it in, get the update so that my character went up to the cloud. And that's all I had to do. And then and when I did that, I was like, hey, I'm near the end. Let me just go fight Diablo again. So I ended up sitting there playing for like another hour, and just I'm like, oh, this game is so much fun, you know.
And
So
it's
I
a good game.
cannot wait till Tuesday to play it again, plus get all the DLC. I'm like so excited for Tuesday. So, but what were you gonna say, Brian?
It's such Diablo is such a good game. Diablo 3 is an awesome game.
It is fantastico,
Yeah.
muy fantastico.
Yep.
Super fantastico.
Yeah, yeah. See, look, we went bilingual now. That's for our Spanish-speaking listeners. We turned the PAL button on for a moment. I also played Pinball FX2 on the Xbox One. That was like all of a sudden it was just there.
Yeah,
It was like our buddies over at Horrible Gamers actually posted that hey, if you do a search for it, it's available, but it wasn't in
yeah,
the store and it was never announced. So I went and searched, and I'm like, sure enough, it was there. Plus, every table was there. So I went and grabbed them all because they were all free for me. Well, the exception there was a couple that I never did pick up on the 360. So what I did is I booted my 360 up, bought the tables on the 360, and then I was able to download them for free on the Xbox One. So if you still have both consoles, I highly recommend you buy any tables that you want on the 360 version because you will get them free on the Xbox One. I don't know if it goes backwards. That I
Hmm.
don't know. But you know, if you do have both consoles, might as well buy it on both, and then at least you can play it on both systems. You never know if you're going to want to play something back on the old one. So so I went and bought a couple on my 360, and then they appeared free. So I grabbed every table that was available and played a little bit of that as well. Tables look great. There are some issues. They do need to do a game update. There's some weird stuff like when you hit a high score, it'll show your score, and then it'll like show somebody else's name at the top of the leaderboard with your score there. But like once you get through and you come back to that screen, it's corrected. But it's kind of weird little glitches like that. But it's just a visual thing that first time you see that screen, which I'm sure they'll fix in the next update. But Yeah, tables look great. All the stuff imported for me just fine. I had no problems. I like the way the new layouts are. It's not all the little icons all across the screen. They got it laid out really nice. And actually, we have a story on it later on, and you'll see a screenshot of kind of what the new interface looks like. It's so much better designed. They group everything like Star Wars category. There's your Star Wars tables. You left bumper to go to the Marvel section. All the Marvel tables are there. So it's all grouped in categories. Um, and then, of course, I played Forza 5. Played a little bit more of that. And pretty much that's it. I'm just waiting for Diablo 3 next week, man, to carry me through. That'll probably carry me through until the end of October. No, end of September when Forza Horizon 2 comes out. Because that's my next big title. So, but that's what I've been playing this week. So I think that takes us to the
Flash.
news. And good, Rob. I hope you got a glass of water or something with you, man, because you're gonna be doing the news for a while.
I'm gonna do this all in one breath.
No, you're not.
You'll hear me like inhaling all of the oxygen in the entire town afterwards. Like, okay, you guys ready? You guys, Mark Brun, you can probably take a break while I do this.
No,
Yeah.
I gotta do
Don't.
the images.
Okay.
Your stories better be in the order I had them too.
Oh, the random order that I normally do,
Yeah, you always mix
something
stuff
like
up.
that. All right.
All right, he's got his water.
Okay. Here we go. And a 1, and a 2, and here we go. All right. So now EA Access is out of beta, and it includes FIFA 14, Battlefield 4, Madden, NFL 25, and Peggle 2. Once the games are in the vault, they've revealed they will stay there. So that was a little bit of controversy for us a while back. And then you also get 10% off for purchases from EA. And this also includes DLC, which I don't recall them releasing before, but that's a nice little extra perk there. Then moving on, Madden 15 launches August 26th, but there will not be a downloadable demo that's going to be available for the general masses. You must have EA access to be able to enjoy that new perk from this point on. Then a limited edition of the Bandai Namco game Project Cars is going to include a copy of the game, a collectible book, and 5 drivable legendary cars. The collector's book titled Project Cars by Racers for Racers offers a behind-the-scenes look at the game's development. The 5 cars that you get are going to be the Ford GT40 Mark IV, BMW M1 Pro Car, McLaren F1, Sauber C9, and the Mercedes-Benz AMG C Coupe DTM. Those that pre-order either the limited edition or the standard version of the game will also receive the modified cars pack, which includes 3 cars. The let's see, this is probably like rough or RUF, CTR3 SMSR, the Pagani Zonda Chink Roadster, and the Ariel Atom 3 Mugen. Moving on, Tropico 5 is coming to Xbox 360 this November. Tropico 5 introduces a whole bunch of new and expanded features, including improved trading mechanics, an island exploration element, and cooperative and competitive multiplayer for up to 4 players. The 360 version is going to include a free copy of The Big Cheese bonus DLC, which will let amateur directors promote and manage their own brand of artisanal cheese, along with a new sandbox map and standalone scenario. The retail 360 version of Tropico 5 will include a limited special edition package that includes a bonus postcard, faux passport, and the Bayo del Olfato DLC. Then developer Yo-Yo Games announced that it's going to roll out a new export option for its Game Maker Studio game development toolkit, which is going to allow people to easily export their creations now to the Xbox One along with Windows 8 platforms. The Game Maker Studio has made a whole bunch of indie games in the past, including Hotline Miami, Risk of Rain, and Spelunky, which I think is probably the most well-known of the bunch. Then the latest DLC pack for Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, titled Suburbanation, released last week. The free content update includes a new map called Crash Course, where one side of Crash Course is a desert-style suburbia, while the other side is a golf course. The update also adds new Suburbanation game mode, which is essentially Garden Warfare's take on Domination. Along with the new game mode and map, there's also going to be new Garden Ops missions, bosses, and zombies. Then players who pre-order the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare Day Zero Edition will be able to play the game 24 hours before it releases, along with several other bonuses. Those who enter early will also gain double the experience in multiplayer matches for the entire day. Day Zero includes several exclusive weapons and items as well, including the AK-12G Assault Rifle, Crossbow B2, Bullet Brass Exoskeleton, and EM1 Quantum Directed Energy Weapon. Day Zero is available for pre-order from Amazon. And make sure to support the show if you get that. Square Enix has announced Life is Strange, an episodic, digitally delivered, narrative-driven adventure game for the Xbox 360 and Xbox One. Don't Nod, the developer of flawed but a fascinating Xbox 360 action-adventure Remember Me, as well as The Walking Dead, your decisions in each episode will affect the overarching narrative. So it looks like we'll probably be seeing more and more titles like that in the future, since it seems to be catching on. And of course, as we talked a little bit ago, Pinball FX2 is now available for the Xbox One. Tables from the 360 version will carry over, so that is very cool. Then Assassin's Creed Rogue is only going to be available on the 360 and PS3. It's meant to bridge the story between Assassin's Creed 3 and Assassin's Creed 4. Xbox One users will basically be excluded from that, and they'll have to wait for AC or Assassin's Creed Unity, which is built for next gen or current gen systems. Then the Walking Dead pinball table is something that Telltale Games has been touting as of late. They've been showing a lot of pictures of it. This table is going to be based off of all 5 episodes of the first season of the Telltale's game. And it's going to feature voice acting by the series' original cast. And there's going to be locations familiar to all of those that have played the game, including Clementine's Treehouse, the Everett's Macon Pharmacy, and the Walker-infested streets of Savannah. The 360 version will be available on August 27th, and then the Xbox One version will be released sometime after that. Ubisoft has announced that the MMO racer The Crew will also be released for the 360 on November 11th, which is the same date as its release for Xbox One, PS4, and PC versions. Moving on, Payday series developers Overkill Software and Starbreeze Studios revealed that they're working on a new Walking Dead game. The Walking Dead creator, Robert Kirkman, so this is the guy that did the comic book, said that the new take on the zombie survival series is the co-op game that all the Walking Dead fans have been waiting for. So hopefully it's better than that last first-person shooter game that they've come out with. Activision has unveiled a new Geometry Wars title at Gamescom, Geometry Wars 3 Dimensions. Dimensions will release for both the 360 and Xbox One and introduces 3D wraparound maps plus a new cooperative and competitive multiplayer feature. You can expect a campaign mode with 50 levels, 10 modes including a few familiar specimens such as timed deadline mode and a new take on infinity mode, and a range of drone ships that can be upgraded using stars earned from play. The third DLC pack for Titanfall is called IMC Rising. Respawn announced that EA's Gamescom press conference. It's due out later this fall, and it contains 3 new multiplayer maps. This is the last planned DLC for Titanfall, basically capping the number of maps released at 9. Upcoming Xbox One updates are going to provide USB and DLNA support to play music, movies, GIFs, and more. It's going to support even more formats than does the 360. So that is very cool. Then a little more here on the Xbox One updates. This is, again, something that was just announced. It'll be available soon for preview members. I won't go into a whole lot of detail on these, but here's basically what people can expect in the near future. There's going to be a reorganized party application where you can see the activities of everyone in your party, see what they're doing. There's a new friends section, which is going to give you a whole bunch more information. A media player, which will, as I just talked about, allow you to play off of USB and DLNA devices. That is very, very cool. There's going to be an Xbox One digital TV tuner. This was something that was announced, I believe, a week or two ago. It'll be available here in Europe, or not here in Europe. It'll be available in Europe, I guess, originally, and launching this fall. You'll be able to stream TV to smart glass. Very cool. However, this will require the digital TV tuner. You will be able to boot to TV. So it'll boot straight to television when it comes out of standby. There's going to be a live TV mini guide. A whole bunch of smart glass updates. Xbox On will be available, or Xbox On will be turned on in more markets, which includes Australia, French Canada, Italy, Spain, Mexico, and Brazil. Country expansion, they're getting ready to launch in 29 additional markets in the next couple of weeks. I believe it's coming sometime in September. Multiple game DVR deletes, so you'll be able to flush multiple clips at once. You can save your avatar gamer pick, a new option to save it to OneDrive. Setting updates and bandwidth usage display, so you can see how much bandwidth your Xbox One has consumed over a period of time. Then Evolve's Xbox One exclusive multiplayer beta will take place in January 2015. Microsoft has announced during its Gamescom 2014 presentation. That's just a few weeks ahead of the game's release date on February 10th. So before we know it, that'll be here. Holiday bundles. There's a bunch of bundles that were announced. There's going to be the Xbox One limited edition Call of Duty Advanced Warfare bundle. This is going to be $4.99 US. The bundle includes, it launches at select retailers on November 3rd and includes a digital Day Zero edition copy of the game. Special Xbox One console, wireless controller featuring unique Advanced Warfare artwork, chat headset, and a 1 terabyte drive, along with special sound effects and additional in-game content. Then there's going to be an Xbox One Special Edition Sunset Overdrive bundle. That's going to include the game, a white console, a wireless controller, and all of the Day 1 edition bonus weapons and items. So that's going to launch on October 28th alongside the game. And lastly, Xbox One FIFA 15 bundle. This is going to be £349 or 399 euros. The Xbox One FIFA bundle launches on September 25th and is only available in Europe. Then Xbox head Phil Spencer announced that the incoming option to pre-order and pre-download games from a select range of titles is going to include Forza Horizon 2 and FIFA 15.
Woo!
So if you get those, if you get those early, they can be waiting for you. And I know I'm going to be jumping on this one. I'll definitely get Forza Horizon 2 this way. Defense Grid 2 will be out on September 23rd on Steam, PS4, and Xbox One. And lastly, Xbox One will have Warframe soon as Warframe comes out on the Xbox One on September 2nd. There, I did it in all in one breath.
Oh, whatever. You made our you. Someone was sleeping. I saw Z's in the chat room. They were getting tired of listening to you, I guess.
I'm possible.
That was a lot of news, man. We should have
That
probably
was a
broke it up,
ton.
but
Nah.
it was crazy.
Hey, I mean that's Gamescom is it's a big deal, you know. It's a big deal. It's like E3.
It's getting bigger than E3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it was nice. I think the audience liked to hear from you for once, so that was kind of nice. They
There you
got
go.
to
That
they
too.
got to hear from Rob. All right. So let's jump into our roundtable.
Yay!
Gotta get off this thing. So this isn't so much of a roundtable. It is still a news story, but I wanted to bring it up in our roundtable because I wanted to have just a moment to discuss. But Amazon, if you, this is an awesome way, and the reason I wanted to bring it up because it's an awesome way to support us, even if you buy digitally, because Amazon now has Xbox One and Xbox 360 digital games listed,
Yep.
so you can buy the game and get the code. So you can buy the game through our Amazon affiliate link, get your digital code, and then still download it digitally, and you're supporting us at the same time. So just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware of that. Right now, titles for Xbox One include Max: The Curse of Brotherhood, which is an awesome game, Crimson
Fantastic game.
Dragon, which kind of stinks because both of those were free. so,
Yeah.
but if you didn't get them, you can purchase them and support us. Also, digital versions of several Xbox 360 games, including Dustin, Elysian Tale, State of Decay, Toy Soldiers, Cold War, and Banjo Kazooie. These are all ranging from $15 to $20. So again, take a look when you're looking at your stuff. See if you want digital, check out the Amazon affiliate link that we have set up on our page and see if it is available. And I'm sure more and more stuff will appear as time goes on. So not much of a roundtable on that one, but wanted to be able to share that info with everybody to explain it. All right.
Yep.
So we really only have one topic today, and that's Gamescom. So I know Brun has been busy. Didn't get a chance to watch the show. Rob, did you get a chance to watch it on the replay?
No, I haven't.
Oh my
It's just
goodness.
you, buddy.
Well, if it makes any difference to our listeners, I actually watched it 3 times, so I did watch it for both of you.
Wow.
So,
Thanks,
but
buddy.
hopefully you guys got some of this news and you were able to hear some of the main things so that we can have a discussion on it.
I
But
mean, if you followed anything gaming in this past week, all you saw was Gamescom.
there was really one story that overshadowed
Yeah.
everything else, and we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, so our first thing is, and I'm just going to kind of run down through the Microsoft press conference, not hitting everything, just points of interest that I think everybody will kind of like. So the first thing was that GTA 5 characters, you're going to be able to transfer those characters from your 360 to your Xbox One, or from PS3. Then the way they said it too makes me think if you went from a PS3 to an Xbox One, and that's the household you have, you'll be able to transfer your character from PS3 to Xbox One. That's the way it sounded, because again, it's going into the cloud, I guess. So but
Yeah.
so I thought that was kind of cool. So anybody that wants to play again, you can bring your characters forward. So
That's cool and yet sounds suspiciously, I don't know. It sounds
Right.
like something that they wouldn't allow to happen normally.
I think no. I think we're seeing a lot more of this type of stuff. Even like
Yeah.
Diablo 3, I was kind of surprised that they updated the old game so that you can bring your character forward,
Yeah,
which
but
is cool. I didn't have to re-level my demon hunter. I can go
yeah,
back
it
in
just
from the start and just wreck shop.
to me, it just sounds strange that they would allow that for cross-platform.
Well, I don't think
You
it's
know,
so much cross-platform because, like with Diablo, you're uploading to the cloud. If I'm on 360, I think you're uploading. I don't know. I don't know if it's
yeah,
going to Blizzard is getting the info,
exactly.
or is it Microsoft is holding it. But it's still your account. I don't know, but they said that you're going to be able to do it. So how that plays out, we'll kind of see. The fact that he
Yes,
mentioned PlayStation 3 made me. I'm like, okay, then that means from a PS3 to an Xbox One, you can transfer your character. So, because I believe this was Phil Spencer who said this, and he ain't gonna mention Sony if he doesn't have
exactly.
to.
Yeah, and they would want something like that to be known. Because
Right.
if you've got a PS3 and you're trying to decide, PS4, Xbox One,
Well,
not that this would sway you, but it would
you're
help.
gonna be able to upgrade to PS4 as well. I
Yeah,
mean, and it's probably from 360 to PS4 would probably be the same thing. So how it all works in the
we don't talk
background,
about that
we don't
stuff.
know. And yeah, he didn't say that. Okay, so moving on, FIFA 15 is coming out, and there's going to be a Legends mode, which is only going to be available on Xbox. I don't know. I'm not a FIFA player. Brian, have you dabbed into? I know you're the sports guy on our show here, so
Thief is a good is a good game. Definitely if you're a football soccer fan, Thief is great. I've always enjoyed actually. I've never been hardcore like Kyle was our
Yeah.
hardcore FIFA guy,
yes, he
but
was.
I'll play FIFA because it's such a good game. But the thing is
Hmm.
FIFA I think is EA's best selling game. I mean,
Yes.
it beats Madden if I'm not mistaken, and
Oh
because of the
yeah.
world, But this whole Legends thing's for the hardcore FIFA players, kind of a huge deal. When I read this, I was just like, that's actually kind of a big deal. So
Yes.
yeah, FIFA's definitely a good game, and for something to be somewhat exclusive on Xbox is a good thing. But then it's kind of one of those things that I'm kind of against. Those type of exclusives. I'm kind of I don't like saying you can only play this one section of a game on this one console.
And we
Oh well,
lost him. Oh, there he's back.
lost me. I'm back.
Yeah.
Sorry, but go ahead. Yep, good game.
Because you figure that amongst all the different sports types of games, where you have baseball, football, um, soccer, also known as football, etc. A lot of those really, I think, only have like a North American audience, really, or like a U.S. audience, like American football.
Yeah,
Uh,
like Madden.
yeah, something like NBA, basketball kind of stuff is primarily U.S. and all, but FIFA, I mean, that is worldwide. So
Yeah, well,
it's not a
basketball's
surprise that it's
worldwide
number one,
too. It's a pretty
right?
worldwide sport too. Unlike
It is.
football, yeah, the Madden game, yeah, no one. It probably sells really badly outside of the U.S.
Yeah, they're
But
like, who's Madden?
yeah, but I think the NBA. Well, there's a lot of people that follow NBA and baseball. But yeah, I mean, you hit it dead on with FIFA's worldwide, dude. It's insane.
Hmm.
Those people are very passionate. Very
Yes.
passionate. I think they're more passionate than some of our fans here in the states.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so.
Yeah, you always hear about those issues at the stadiums, like in the UK, and then just all the stuff that happens worldwide. I mean, people really get into it.
And I've got FIFA, 14 came with the EA access, and I downloaded it and I looked down. I was like, I don't even know where to start. It's just like I can't even play the game because I don't even know what to do. I don't get soccer,
Yeah.
And every time
You
I've
don't get
tried
it?
to, dude, it's like you ever try to watch a match or play the game? It's like a soccer match will end up. You'll watch it for like 3 hours, and it's like 1-0. It's like it's like I hate going to a baseball game that's like that. It's just like, but it's like seems like soccer's like that all the time. It's just back and forth. And playing the game, it's like I don't know. I can't. There's so many things I don't understand the terminology. trying to get into it and figure it out. It's just like, I'm lost. Let me just go play Peggle. you know. So
Too much Peggle is why you don't understand soccer. There you go.
there you go.
That's
So
why.
all right. So I don't know if the Legends mode will help sell any Xboxes, but if it's a mode that you want, you're gonna have to have Xbox One. So next, they came out with the ID at Xbox. One of the interesting notes that they said was that there's currently hundreds of ID at Xbox games that are currently in development, and I'm like, wow, that's hundreds. So that tells me there's at least 201 games by independent developers that are currently in development. That seems like a ridiculous amount. Because he didn't say over 800. He just came out and said hundreds of games are
Yep.
in development. And I was like, okay, let's hear. What did he just say? Some of them looked really good. There's this one, I didn't write the name down, but it had this like mouse. You play as a mouse, and dude, the visuals were so amazing. I was like, it caught me. It looked so crisp and sharp and neat that game caught my eye. And then there was another one that reminded me of you, Rob, and I'll have to look up the title of it. Maybe someone on our channel recalls it, but it reminded me of Monaco, and I know you
Okay.
liked that game.
Yeah.
But this one was like a prison break, and you're like in prison, and you got to break out of prison, and it kind of reminded. It's not exactly like Monaco, but it kind of just the way the game looked, that's what it reminded me of.
Okay.
And and then you got to craft things. So I kind of had like a little Minecraft in there because you're combining items to craft stuff like a shovel or a shiv or whatnot. But it looked like it might be something that people might enjoy. So,
Okay.
but there was a lot of stuff on that ID'd Xbox stuff. Then they came out. Call of Duty Advanced Warfare came out. Of course, the DLC will be first on Xbox, and they announced the new Call of Duty console bundle. This is currently the only one that has a 1 terabyte drive, so there's no Connect, but it will come with a 1 terabyte hard drive, the special paint scheme, the special controller, and a digital version of the game. And it's still $500, but there's no Connect with it. So, I think I'd rather have a regular Xbox with the Connect for that price, because really you're paying the extra $100 for a half a terabyte extra hard drive and a paint scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we,
So
we were talking about this prior to the show starting, and I was like, God, as cool as I think it looks really cool. I was just like, you can already plug in an external hard drive for larger space. So really, you're paying $80 or $70 for it to look different. So like, I just kind of wish they would had, even if it was like $30 more or something like that, make it, $529 for that version with a Connect or something like that. But I just think having the Connect is more beneficial than having, that extra half terabyte plus a paint scheme.
yeah, I can paint it myself.
Right.
Won't look as good, but so. All right. So the next thing was they went into the Evolve beta. They showed some Evolve. They did a quick match with some game casters. And basically the beta is going to come to Xbox One only in January. So, there you go, guys. I mean, we complained about Destiny. Sony got it first. Well, we're going to be the only ones that are going to be able to beta test Evolve. Xbox One only in January, and then it's going to premiere. The DLC will be premiere first on Xbox. So, and the game releases in February. So, we'll get to play it before any other console. That's awesome.
Yep.
Now, from here on, the rest of our discussion, and I actually missed this. Didn't realize it until I watched it for the third time this morning. I actually watched it a third time today because I'm like, I'd watched it twice before, but it was like work. I was at work, so it was in my background. I was trying to pay attention to it. So today, and I kept wanting to take notes, Well, I never the first two times I watched it, I never took notes. So I went through it again today and took notes. So the rest of this, they got to that point. It wasn't really far into their show, and they're like, everything else we talk about for the remainder of the show is exclusive to Xbox. And of course, the very next thing they said was Tomb Raider, Rise of the Tomb Raider, is
Oh,
exclusive to Xbox One holiday 2015. Please note how I said that. I repeated word for word what they said. It wasn't Phil Spencer. It said it. He wasn't out for this. It was who's that bald guy? He was with Sony and then to Atari and then came to Microsoft. Phil Harrison. He introduced the dude from Tomb Raider, and then he's the one that came out and said exclusive. But they said it would be exclusive to Xbox One holiday 2015. Now, does that mean it's only going to be on Xbox? We don't know. Phil Spencer's came out later and said we didn't buy the rights to the game. We just have an exclusivity agreement with them. So, whatever the terms, and they won't tell what the terms are, obviously, but it's probably a timed exclusive. We don't know how long it will be. We do know it will become on PC as well. But it looks like holiday timeframe of 2015. You're only going to get it on Xbox One. It will probably be released on PC maybe in January, February timeframe. But then for any other consoles, it's going to be, 6 months or a year possibly. Um, so it really depends on the terms that Microsoft set up with Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics for that exclusivity. If they're hoping this will move consoles, then I wouldn't be surprised to see this as a year exclusive.
Wow.
That's just my
Think?
personal. Well, think about it. If you're Microsoft and you've got to start selling some hardware. I mean, they're doing great. They're selling faster than they sold 360s, but yet the PlayStation is selling like crazy, even though there's nothing to play on the darn thing, except a fancier version of The Last of Us, which many people have played both and said I couldn't tell the difference. Um, so, but you still gotta. That's your competition. You're getting
Right.
outsold more than double, you know. So you're going to spend some money, get a really top tier title that it did very well when on the reboot, and everybody's excited for the next one. You nab that thing, you're going to want it for a good length of time to try to get people, maybe get a PlayStation owner to buy an Xbox One as well. If it's only 6 months, then people will wait. If they got to wait a year, they might be like, all right, maybe I want it bad enough, I'll go buy an Xbox.
right.
So
Yeah, that whole exclusive thing was like a confusion for everybody. It's almost like nobody really understood like what it was for and when. Like, they made it so obscure that we couldn't tell if it was permanent or timed.
And it's just, I mean, the internet, of course, the fanboys just, oh my goodness, whining and crying and, oh, I'm a little baby. It's like unbelievable, man. I'm like, I mean, these people will launch into these like, oh, yeah, I mean, they get vile. The stuff they say on the internet is just vile, and I hope you die, and I hope you all collapse and go bankrupt, and you've ruined a franchise, and it's like,
What?
yeah, I was like, how did this ruin a franchise? You know, Tomb Raider, and if I recall, Tomb Raider originated on, was it Sega?
No,
Didn't Sega have it first?
Oh, I don't
no,
remember.
no. I'm pretty sure it came out on the PS1. At least
I'll have
that's
to,
where I
I'll
remember.
have to double check. I thought that because I thought some of the people were saying this was so stupid because, when it went to Sony, it jumped from another console, but I might be thinking of another game that had come up in this discussion. Um, so, but anyways,
I'm
it's it's
curious now.
it's like come on people, it's business. Sony look, Sony put money in and got deals with Destiny, and that, and again, the Halo fanboys. That's why I hate fanboys. They're all like, oh, not 343. Bungie sucks, and they're horrible. I hope their Destiny game sucks. I'm not gonna buy it. whatever, dude. These companies are in the business of making money, and that's what all these stupid fanboys need to realize: is this is a business. These people need to make money, and they're going to do anything they can to get your business. Sony's going to do the same, and Microsoft are both going to do everything they can to fight each other to get your business. They don't care about the gamer. They don't care about your feelings. They want those exclusives. They want whatever they can get to draw more people to their platform. And then when they have the same games, then it's a fight of, well, we're getting DLC first. I mean, we get DLC on Call of Duty first. So all the Call of Duty gamers probably love that fact. But does it really matter if it comes out 2 weeks or 4 weeks later on the PS4 or the PS3? Do you think Sony really gives a toot about it? And it's just coming back at us with Destiny, and everyone's, well, they brought us Halo. They're a Microsoft people. No, they were a business. Microsoft
Okay.
bought the Halo rights and brought them in to do this strictly for their thing. Then they said we want to go independent. So now they're free to do what they want. They didn't abandon anything, you know. It's but they got ripped up by the Xbox fanboys for it, and they still are getting it. Now Sony's hitting after Square Enix because they're losing out on Tomb Raider. It's just you know we just need to be gamers, people. But I do chuckle because I mean the only thing I took to like about the whole thing is like I felt like Gamescom really Microsoft really did very well. I think they came out of it really well. They took an exclusive. We don't know how long it is, but they nabbed. They got the FIFA 15 Legends exclusive. They do have the Evolve stuff. They've got the Call of Duty stuff. Tomb Raider was huge.
Right.
That was when they said that.
Yes.
I was just sitting there going, "What?" I was like, and I mean, I'll be honest. I'd be PO'd if it went the other way. I would because
Yeah.
I love that new. That was Tomb Raider. Was the reboot was the first one I've ever played, and I loved it.
Yep.
And I'm stoked for the next one. So I would have been upset. So I understand how people would be mad about it, but I don't think I would have gone off and wished ever your firstborn dead and at Sony and all that type of stuff. It's like, come on,
That's ridiculous.
it's a game.
Yeah, I
You
agree
know.
with you though. I do believe that Mike. For the news that I did read, I didn't get to watch the stuff, but Microsoft did very well. And typically, Gamescom is not their type of thing. Like they usually don't do well there. They kind of burn everything in E3, and then anything they do have is like rehashing. They actually came to Gamescom with like more stuff, like new stuff, and it seemed like
And a shocker.
listening.
This shocked
Yeah,
people.
yeah. They came with some new content, new content to share, and they did rehash on some of it. I don't want to say they didn't rehash on anything, but comparing the two conferences between them and like Sony, when I was reading the Sony news, it's like all Sony seemed to do was rehash what they did in E3, and then also like announce a couple more games that are coming to the PS4 that are like 3 years old. So I mean, I think
Yeah.
they definitely did well.
Another thing too, and this one wasn't. Now this is just something that I'm bringing to this. This wasn't a Gamescom thing, but there was an article on TotalXbox.com, and I can't get to it again for some reason. I've lost my internet again. Everything works, but for some reason I can't. I don't know what's going on with my browser here. Just same thing as last week. I can't get to these stories. Um,
The one about the crew.
no, right above
Oh,
it, the Division developer. So we know we love the Division, right? We're so excited for Tom Clancy's Division. There's a story about the developers saying they're touting that they have a total relationship with Xbox One and Microsoft. And so I'm just like, could Microsoft be going after the Division to get that as an exclusive as well? It just made me when I see an article like that after hearing about the Tomb Raider thing, and they're really going after for these exclusives. Makes me wonder if we'll steal. Dude, can you imagine if Microsoft got Division as a timed exclusive for a serious length of time?
yeah, yeah, that would be weird. Definitely. When I think if somebody in the chat might have to correct me if I'm wrong, or you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think like even the demo and stuff that they showed of the Division at E3 was played on a PS3 or PS4. Because I think I remember as they were going through like under the subway area and stuff. I think I remember seeing like the PlayStation buttons coming up as graphical icons. So, but that would be huge. Well, and it'd be a little tricky, seeing that it is Ubisoft, and well, they're the publisher. But Division is like there's a massive PC group coming around the Division too. A lot of PC people are outing it and ready for it to come out. Would be interesting.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. We'll keep an eye on that one. Another thing, the Crew is coming to PS4 and Xbox One, but it's also coming to the Xbox 360. The PS3 and the Wii are not getting the Crew. So it's kind of like Xbox again getting some more love for the Xbox 360 and not the PS3. I found that rather interesting. Again, it was just kind of like, wow, Xbox is getting stuff that the others aren't, and it was kind of nice to see that flip, you know, and just like, yes, yes, way to go, Phil, keep it going, man,
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
the Phil Spencer train a rolling. um, so I thought those were interesting, and I'm glad to see that. Okay, so then they came out and they showed Quantum Break. This, I don't know about you guys. I think you guys are like kind of like, yeah, this is going to be a cool game. I'm looking forward to it. Now, I've always been like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, we're gonna mix gameplay with TV or whatever. Sound, FMV again. Back in the '80s. We did that full motion video stuff, and it was horrible. Dude, their gameplay blew me away.
Yeah.
Quantum Break is now a must-have game. And the only thing I got upset about is they didn't give me a release date. It's like,
I'm not letting you go back on what you were saying. You poo-pooed this game. You can't say that it's good now.
I never poo-pooed it.
Yes, you did.
No,
There was so
it
much.
was just like whatever. I mean, I didn't see anything. It was just more of like, here's what we want to do. Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, Max Payne or not Max Payne, but what was Alan Wake? Alan
Yep.
Wake was okay, but I never really got into it. I mean, it looked good, it played good. I was like, it was one of those games that I know a lot of people love, but I was just like, could take it or leave it. I didn't gain anything by playing it. So I really wasn't expecting a whole lot with Quantum Break, but what they showed, I was like, wow, this looks fun. This
Was
looks
that
pretty
like?
amazing.
Are you talking about like that 10-minute gameplay video that they put
Yes,
out? Yeah.
Yeah.
yes,
There was so much unknown about the game too. Like one of the big things that everybody was surprised to see, like, hey, now we know it's a third person shooter.
Yep.
But yeah, looked very interesting.
but yeah, it's the only thing I thought was kind of corny is at the end when they had those guys come out that can walk through the time rift just like the main character can, and they had those like all those big domed sheet metal things around them.
Yeah, that was weird.
I was like, what the heck is that? That looked really stupid. But I'm like, those guys are going to be tough to take down. So, and then at first I didn't realize there was two of them there. So he's like fighting the one. All of a sudden I was like, holy crap, there's a second one. So game
Uh,
looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
yeah,
Definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Vengeful Loki. He's got me going because he's like episode 274, 48 minutes, 7 seconds. You said pass on the game. And I'm like,
Oh,
I'm
oh
like,
my
are you
goodness.
serious? I'm like, are you serious? He's like, no. I thought that was funny.
All right, there's. Yeah, I'll get to clean my friends list off here tonight. So,
Uh,
vengeful Loki gone. Check. So, but anyways, game looks awesome. Then they showed Fable Legends. Mm,
Hmm.
I, I, whatever, pass.
yeah,
Episode 306. What are we at?
it's
1
just
hour in,
different.
59
Fable's
minutes in. I
just
said pass.
Fable's just different now that Peter Molyneux's gone.
Well, this
It's
is a
just
very different type of game. This one might be more enjoyable for someone like myself.
yeah,
I might like this. I don't know. I'll have to. This is something I would have to play. This one I'll have to play or demo it
yeah.
to really decide. But the next game, there's absolutely I don't need to play it. I have no desire for it. I wish that this was a Sony exclusive because it looks so stupid. And that's Scream Ride. If you guys haven't seen the trailer for Scream Ride, you guys need to go out and see it. They were
It's
touting this.
actually on the dashboard. It's like one of
Is
the
it?
things that
Oh
shows up. Yeah.
man, it's
And
like
I watched this thing, but I didn't have my headphones on, and so I watched it without any audio, and I had no idea what it was about. What were you
it
gonna
it.
say?
It's. I mean, we didn't see gameplay, so I really don't know what it is. But
Yeah.
it's like their little thing made me go, "This is retarded." There's the name is stupid. The concept looks stupid. You know, I'm assuming it's going to be like a what is that? Like a roller coaster
Roller Coaster
tycoon,
Tycoon.
Tycoon.
but only mixed in. It was like take like the idea of Portal, where you're a test subject, and mix that with Roller Coaster Tycoon. So you build these things, these really crazy extreme rides, and then you do something like you destroy the physics so that they fall apart and you kill people. And you're trying to get them to scream. The more they scream, the better you. That's how you win. Or
Uh,
I'm like, it just doesn't make any sense. And it's like this seems so stupid. This Sony could have had this one. I'd have been like, here you go, you can have this exclusive. We don't want it.
yeah, I'm not. I'm watching the trailer now. I'm not exactly sure.
It doesn't make any sense. So really looks really stupid.
Maybe it's
Um,
gonna be free.
Dude, I think that I'd probably play a Loco Cycle over that.
Oh,
I honestly don't know if I'd download Scream Ride if it was free. I don't know. Maybe because it's free, but really seriously we need to see some gameplay and find out what you're supposed to really do in that game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that the trailer doesn't convey much useful information at all.
Yeah,
yeah, Dark.
huh?
Somebody mentioned here, Scream Ride reminds them of Pain on the PS3. If you remember that,
No, I didn't. Never played that.
it's like where you took a guy and just kind of threw him into things and stuff like that.
Was Pain any good?
It did okay, I think. Kind of one of those things like where you just had a guy and he's like a ragdoll physics, just toss him and try to cause as much pain as possible. If I'm not mistaken.
Mike Million One says it's great for me. I torment everything in The Sims in any game I can, so he might be getting it.
Yeah, he's the one that puts all the people in the pool and then takes the ladder out, which they don't have in the new Sims. Man, people are very upset about that. They're angry
If you
that
can't
Sims
take the
4
ladder out.
just well, they don't have pools.
Oh,
Yeah, people are not happy because that was the easiest way to get, like, if you get married, that's the easiest way to become single again was have the wife swim in the pool and then take the ladder out. So,
oh man.
no, and we don't have a pool, so yes, honey, I still love you. My wife's in the other room.
I got a pool. Not too bad. I
All
love
right.
my wife though.
Yep.
And we have like steps out, so I couldn't remove them. So Forza 5 came out. And they announced some free cars. I think it was 3 cars they gave away for free that became available that day. So check out that. And then they came out with Forza Horizon 2. Dude, this game looks so good.
Totally.
Oh, it's. I'm like every time I see it, I was like, wow. But this demo they did with they're racing, and all of a sudden it starts raining. And
Yeah.
if you're in the car, the wipers you can turn your wipers on, and they even said they had to. They went and all the wipers are realistic to the actual cars, so they will move at the proper speed or pacing, the rhythm as the actual wipers in the real car do. So it's not every one of them just doing the same exact wiping look. They will all behave differently. I'm like, wow, that's some detail. Um, you can have a
Oh
thousand
yeah.
friends in your car club, which I will be setting up a TXL club for that guaranteed. So look for that. I'll be downloading this day one. So hopefully by that evening, I will have that car club created. I'll do that right away so you guys can get into the TXL club. And then the game has instant online. There's no lobbies. I'm assuming this is going to be very similar to what Burnout Paradise was. You would up on your D-pad and start a online or free roam or whatnot. It's probably like that. Dynamic weather. The game just again just looks amazing. You can go hunting for collectibles together. That was a thing they mentioned. So if you want to co-op with a buddy or two or three or however many you can get in the game, you guys can just drive around, do the barn finds and stuff like that together. Also, what I thought was really neat, they talked about Forza Fuel. So this, guys, I'm gonna set this club up right away. So I want you guys to join pretty quickly before you really start diving into the game because the clubs will earn Forza Fuel, which you can help. It'll help you unlock things they said in real life and in-game rewards. I don't know what they mean by real life, but the Forza guys were talking about giving away tickets or trips to see some real race. Um, so it'll be interesting to see, but we're gonna want to race together and do things together to earn our club rewards. So I'll have that set up for you guys.
Quick,
Um,
sorry,
and
quick
yeah,
question
go
before you
ahead.
go. Vengeful Loki says, so Forza Horizon 2 or the crew?
Oh, Forza Horizon 2 all the way. That I probably will
Yeah.
still get the crew, depending on when it comes out. I don't know the release date of that one yet, but I loved Forza Horizon. It was such it for people who don't like I liked Forza because it looked good, and I've played them and I got Forza 5, but to me that game gets boring because you're just racing around on a track. It's just I love the whole Forza Horizon open world racing, do what you wanted, looking for barn finds, smashing gates. I think they had the discount signs. You were looking for the signs that you would smash. It's different. It's a very different game. I really like it a lot better. Um, which is weird because I never got into the test drive games by Atari, which are kind of similar. I mean, Forza Horizon really is the Forza version of Test Drive that Atari made, and it's just I like it so much better. You get the Forza beautiful looks and physics, but it's more of an arcadey. It's kind of toned down a little bit. It's more of that arcadey style of Forza. Fabulous game. Day one purchase for me. I'll probably be up. I'll probably stay up till midnight tomorrow night, or not tomorrow night, but that Monday night, so that I can write it 12:01, or I can click purchase and download and start the install, so it'll be ready to go when I get up in the morning. So, well worth it.
Wait, Forza
Forza.
Horizon
Forza Horizon 2, yes.
2? Well, you
2?
can pre-purchase that one. Remember?
Oh, that's right. Woohoo! I guess I won't have to wait till. So I guess tomorrow night I'll be up till midnight waiting for Diablo 3. But Forza, that's right.
Yeah.
Soon as they show it, and I actually did a search for it the other day, and it wasn't in the store yet. But yes, I will have that one pre-ordered and pre-downloaded, so I'll be ready to go. So
Nice.
maybe what I'll do is I'll stay up till midnight so that I can launch it right at midnight and start the car club, so it's ready to go. So, but for you guys that are on the East Coast, just give me some time. I can't launch it till Pacific time, midnight Pacific.
Just
So,
change your time zone or your address or something to the East Coast.
nah, nah, we'll get it. So, it'll be ready for everybody on Tuesday morning. Jump in, they get in the club, and then we just start raking up some Forza fuel. So, all good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right. Anything else on Forza, guys?
Nope.
Nope.
So Ori and the Blind Forest gameplay was shown. I don't know if you guys saw it. This reminded me of Max: The Curse of Brotherhood because the level they showed, Ori was going up the level, like platforming his way out, and like this water was rising, and if the water got him, you die. So it was like, wow, that reminds me of Max: The Curse of Brotherhood. But it was a very actiony, platformy game, which I didn't realize that's what it was. So, but I don't know if you guys have seen anything. It was a definitely different introduction to that game than what we saw at E3.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
So, all right, Sunset Overdrive again. Oh, again, but Ori and the Blind Forest again, exclusive. Sunset Overdrive, Xbox exclusive. This came. They're coming bundled. You can buy a white Xbox One with a white controller, and the game, a digital version of the game, which will be a day one version of the game. So you get some additional bonus items. This will be $400. Does not include a Kinect. So if you want the white Xbox One, you're basically buy it in white, get the game for free. Not a bad deal. And then the Halo channel was announced. I guess this is going to take over for Halo Waypoint. This is going to be a new interactive digital channel. They've got partnerships with Twitch, so I'm not really sure what they're going to do with Twitch. It didn't really wasn't really clear. They said partnership with Twitch, so you can blah 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 blah, and I'm like, I can already broadcast my Halo games from Twitch, with the Xbox One, but there must be something new within the Halo channel that they're going to do. But that'll be something new. You'll be able to launch the Master Chief Collection from within the Halo channel. Um, so we'll have more on that. But that's where you're gonna watch the Halo Nightfall live action TV or live action series. You'll be watching it through there.
Yeah, and
So
it is not replacing Halo Waypoint.
it's not.
I've heard him say they're both going to exist.
So what's the point of the other one?
Well,
All your stuff's gonna be
Waypoint is
here.
Halo Waypoint is keeps track of like all your stats and stuff. I don't know if the Xbox channel.
Okay,
Oh, we'll have to see more when it comes out.
but it looked neat.
Yep.
It looked
Yep.
neat from what they were showing. Then, of course, everybody went nuts over the Master Chief Collection. Everything, again, just a reminder, everything will be fully unlocked from the start, which is really cool. Glad they did that. You can play anything you want, right? So if you want to launch right into Halo 4, or you want to launch right into multiplayer from Halo 2, you're going to be able to do that for the very first thing. They also talked about the ranking system. The ranking system for the Master Chief Collection will be a skill-based system that is identical to Halo 2. So this is really good news. I guess the world thinks the Halo 2 ranking system was the best, so that's what they went with for Master Chief Collection. And there's going to be over 100 multiplayer maps in this collection, all on one disc. So it's going to be insanely huge, man. So lots of stuff. And then I don't know if you guys saw any of the Halo 5 multiplayer. They didn't show much. I mean, it was real brief what you did get to see, but oh my goodness, the visuals in that game look insane. It's I can't wait to see Halo 5, man. It's going to be an insanely beautiful game. Did you guys get to see any of that?
No, I haven't.
No, I missed that.
When you get a chance, it's at the very end of the Halo briefing. She says, "Oh, we wanted to leave you with our thoughts on the multiplayer beta," and then they have some developer guys talking, but you see a couple glimpses of some Halo multiplayer, and it's just the characters look amazing. They have some pretty cool stuff where there's like a game mode that I forgot what they call it, but basically everybody's the same. So it's like 4v4, and every red Halo player will have the exact same loadout as every blue Halo player. So nobody can, oh, well, they're ranked up to level 50 of everything unlocked and it's unfair. No, everybody has the exact same stuff. So, I mean, it's truly going to be based on your skills. That's really everybody's identical. They have the identical loadouts. So I'm like, that's kind of a cool way a new mode or a really cool mode. I think I'd enjoy that because then I'm not getting owned by some dude that's got the best gun in the thing unlocked because he has no life and plays Halo for 23 hours out of the day. The beta will be here December 29th through January 18th. It'll run for 3 weeks, and you can unlock stuff in the beta that you'll get to carry forward into the actual game when it releases. So that's kind of cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Rob?
Well, we lost Rob.
No, I'm here.
Oh, we lost
We
your
lost your
video.
video.
Maybe he has taken care of business there, Bron.
Oh, sure.
That's still working.
Okay.
Now
He's
you're
back.
back. Now you're back. Okay, and then wrapping up FIFA 15. There's a FIFA 15 bundle for Europe. Rob talked about that earlier, so you can get the console and FIFA 15 bundled in. And the last item that I had was what Rob talked about earlier. You can pre-order and pre-download is coming to Xbox One, starting with Forza Horizon 2. Phil Spencer closed the show with this. Well, he closed with thanking everybody, but this was his last announcement, which I thought was pretty freaking sweet. This is something I've really been wanting. Um, and he said it's starting. There's going to be some select titles, so it looks like it won't go out to everything right away, but it will get there. So probably the big titles. We already know Sunset Overdrive. They already said that you're going to be able to pre-order and pre-download that too. So we know at least that FIFA, Forza, and also I would suspect Call of Duty will have the same option because they have the Day Zero so version. So and they said specifically the Day Zero stuff will apply to digital versions. So I think again they're kind of saying yeah you're going to be able to pre-order and pre-download Call of Duty as well. So but that kind of wrapped up the Microsoft show. I thought they had a really good show. Um, I could have done with a little less ID at Xbox, but there's still some pretty cool stuff that looks like it's coming down the pipe. Some stuff that I can certainly skip, for certainly. But what did you guys think about maybe anything that I didn't catch that you wanted to cover about Gamescom?
I do not have anything else. Like I said, I kind of picked up things here and there, but that was about it.
Yeah, the one thing that I wanted to mention is just kind of a silly little thing that occurred to me while I was on my Xbox One today, and that's with all of the stuff that they've been announcing about the Xbox One, like all the independent games that are coming out, or all these new titles that are coming out. As I was scrolling through the games list, I was actually looking at the new releases today. I was actually looking for Pinball FX2, as a matter of fact. But as I was scrolling through there, I was like, I've gotten so used to having that list be so small. Where it just may be like one or two screens.
Yeah.
Like, especially initially when we got them back in November, there's barely anything in there. And I'm like, I don't know if it'll be inconvenient for me to have to search for things in the future. I like it like being a small list. But I just thought that was kind of a interesting little thing uh, that I noted there. But I mean, from what they're telling us here at Gamescom in particular, there's so much stuff that's coming out, and that's just awesome. I mean, we've had these consoles now for what, almost 9 months, 8, 9 months,
Yeah.
and we really haven't had a whole lot of titles. I mean, the games have been basically trickling out. And from what they're telling us, I mean, there's just a flood coming, and that's awesome. And I'm not used to it with Xbox. We're given all this time in between the major releases where we can actually finish our games and enjoy
Yeah.
them. And now we're going to have to decide. Well, at least I'm going to have to decide which ones to get. I don't know about you, Wing, because I know you're a big time hardcore gamer.
Uh,
But but
yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. There's a
So
lot of stuff coming. And like even the image I got up on the screen, they showed this up. We got Shadows of Mordor, NBA 2K15, Alien Insurrection, or is that Isolation? Sorry, Far Cry 4, Diablo 3. I guess Happy Wars is coming to Xbox One. Ori and the Blind Forest, Lego Batman 3, Fantasia, which is coming from the guys from Harmonix. Madden 15, Destiny, NHL 15, Dragon Age Inquisition, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Forza Motorsport 2, Halo Master Chief, Sunset Overdrive, FIFA 15, Just Dance, Assassin's Creed Unity, The Evil Within, Grand Theft Auto 5, Fable Legends, Spark, Killer Instinct Season 2, The Crew, Dance Central, Spotlight, the next version of Skylanders, I think, is that Trap Force, I think? Can't read it in the picture. And then Metro is getting an HD redo. I mean, all these are, so many of these are going to be before the end of the year, even. So
yeah,
that's a lot of stuff we've got, coming.
Yep.
And there's
And a lot,
probably going to be more stuff that's probably going to pop up in here. You know.
and a lot of the games that we've been hearing about for quite some time, especially back in November. It was, here's this game that's coming out. It's going to be out in 2015, a year and a half away. Here's this game that's going to be coming out in 2015. Here, late 2014. Everything was always pushed off so far, and we got a few release titles. And now all these games we've been hearing about for such a long time, they're coming, and they're coming soon.
Yeah.
It's a good time to have an Xbox One. Too bad, Brun.
Yeah, per Phil Spencer, it's a good time to be an Xbox gamer.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what he said. So, all right. You guys, any last comments before we jump into our community?
Nope.
All right, so let's take it to the community. And we've got, of course, our Facebook group. You can find us there. Just look for this Xbox Life and join the amazing crew. Twitter, we do have a Twitter account. You can follow us there. It'll tweet out when we are broadcasting, so that's a good thing. And you can leave us a voicemail if you wish. And we've actually got so to leave a voicemail, go to our website, click on the send voicemail box on the right-hand side of the page. Make sure you get a microphone hooked up to your computer, and you can leave us a voicemail, much like CatFlap1970 did. So let's hear what CatFlap has to say.
How would you...
Whoops. Let me rewind it.
Hi guys, this is CatFlap970 from the UK. Great show as always, and thanks for the guys and the community for answering my multiple screen question a couple of weeks ago. Much appreciated, and it's nice to see that Xbox has updated their Surface sort of app that you can actually watch TV and play games at the same time. I have a question for you guys, a really simple one. The Connect function of the Xbox is quite powerful, and obviously there's a huge amount of functionality to be used within that Connect device. How would you guys feel if a small piece of software, an app, a downloadable app was created by Xbox that would allow you to use your Connect as a home security camera? My example is, your household is empty during the day, there's no one in the house, the Connect senses movement within your living area or wherever the Connect is and sends you a simple email or message, text message or some type of communication saying, please look at your Connect camera, there's someone in your house. Obviously, privacy issues could be done very easily by being able to switch it on and off at certain times, or even if you wish in the evenings, we all use the little post-it note to cover that Connect camera. But would you guys download a Connect-based security system that only you can access if it sensed movement in your living area? You go to work, it sensed movement in your living area, a potential burglar, it lets you know there's movement in your area. You log on to a secure channel into your Connect camera and view what's happening in your home in real time. Would you gentlemen download the app and make use of it? Or would it be concerning because of privacy issues? Good show, gentlemen. And signing off from the UK. Keep the good work up.
All right. So, curious as to what you guys think. I don't know if you don't heard the whole question, you're probably still listening to it, but essentially, if someone made an application that you can download and run on your Xbox One, or I guess even the regular Xbox, so Xbox 360 or One, where the Kinect could be set up that if it detected movement, that it could alert you to your mobile phone and say, hey, we've detected some movement in your house, and then you could actually use the app on your smartphone to look at a live feed from your house via the Kinect to see if, was it the dog or that triggered it, or is there somebody burglarizing my house? And this question is, would you use that? Would you like that app, or would you be concerned with security issues? So what do you think?
Oh, the NSA. I can't let the government watch me. That means the government could watch me. I don't want a Kinect with every Xbox. They should not force me to have a Kinect with every Xbox. I don't want the government and Microsoft to watch me. Sorry, that's just everybody on the internet.
You know they're watching you
Uh,
now, Braun.
yes, I know. That's I mean,
You're
no, I'm just
broadcasting
saying
your home to the world right now.
it's funny.
Please
And
use
when I was
Amazon link.
yeah, when I was listening to the question, I was like, this is exactly like the thing that people were like all had their undies in a bunch was about like I don't want Microsoft to listen to me and watch me in my house. So I think it's an interesting idea, but I don't think I would use it. No, I can do things like that with my webcam right here that I'm using now, which happens to point out my doors or one of the doors into my house. So it on movement will take pictures and then download them to Dropbox, and then I can look at those pictures if I wanted to. I don't even use that. But what do you guys think?
Rob?
I know some people would really love this kind of thing because I've got a buddy of mine that actually has two cameras in his house. One is like pointed at the front door, and I forget what the other one goes. And he actually checks it like a couple times a day to see what's going on. He sees if he has packages sitting on his front door or at his front door, and he sees what his dog's doing. I mean, there's some people out there that would really, really love something like this. I would think. I know that this capability exists with a lot of webcams, and even inexpensive webcams at that. Because like what my buddy's got, it's a self-standing, or it's a standalone little webcam that somehow is motorized as well, and he can move it around and all. And I know that that doesn't need to attach to anything. In terms of having the Connect do something like that, I mean, I could see it. Being possible to do just because the Xbox and the Kinect surely have all of the capabilities necessary in order to have something like this function. However, I mean, how would this even play in with something like the what is that connected standby, or where it goes to sleep?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, would it even be possible if your machine is sleeping, or would it
Well,
prevent it from going to sleep?
I think
But
he's talking like an app that
yeah,
you would obviously set this thing into a mode like security mode
yep,
that it would go to sleep, but the camera itself would detect just like any other motion camera. You got an alarm system in your house. There's motion detectors.
yep.
Same type of thing. This would just turn on. It wouldn't have to turn your TV on. It's just your camera would come on. Nobody in your house would even know it, and it would just send you pictures to the app or the phone that you've registered. So you're the only one going to see the live footage. You know, and concerns of like the NSA, I wouldn't be concerned because they can already do it if they want to. I mean, anything that's connected to the internet, people are going to find a way to exploit it and do what they want, especially the government. So I don't think that has any part in it. Would I want it as an app? I probably wouldn't use it. I can do that with my home security system as it is. So I don't need to have it again through the Xbox. So then they'd have to be standing in front of your TV or
Yeah.
depending on where your Connect is. This one I I've got this one upstairs in my office. So wouldn't do me much good if someone broke in downstairs. I wouldn't know it till they came up.
Hey,
You know.
Right.
this might be a good thing to have so that you can actually catch burglars and all. Because let's say if the Kinect detects them, it'll actually turn on the Xbox, and then they can go, "Ooh, look, Xbox!" They can start playing a game, and then the cops
I
show up.
there was a story. I think it was down in Florida years ago
Yeah.
that somebody broke into the house and there was, I think it was a Xbox or PlayStation, and they started playing the darn thing, and the homeowner came home. And they actually, saw that someone was in their house. They called the cops. The cops came and arrested the guy while he was still playing. I'm like, why did you just steal it? Play it at home.
Yeah.
But he got busted for doing that. So that's funny.
Like the
But
person that broke into a house, got on the person's computer, signed into Facebook, and was using Facebook. So when the people came home, they signed into Facebook. The person left his thing signed in, so they caught him.
that's funny. So,
Nice.
but anyways, I don't know. I don't know if it has a lot of use, but it's a good idea. It's another,
Yeah.
just because he called us recently before. gave us a voicemail about how do we think that Connect will be used to further expand upon it, and I think we'll see Connect in areas. It's not a bad idea, really. So I mean, think about it. If you've got, especially for someone who's like maybe in a college dorm or a small apartment where all your main stuff is right in that main room. You don't, especially like an apartment building, it might be a good idea because if you don't have, I don't know of too many apartment buildings that have like a security system in the apartment, So,
Right.
at least that's a, if you've already got it in there, you put an app on there and it sends to your phone, at least you can be alerted and see what's going on and call the cops and have them sent there while you're not home. I mean, it's not a bad idea in some situations. I think it could be useful. So, but we appreciate the voicemail. Anybody else, again, if you want to ask us a question, share a comment or a thought about something, um, preferably related to video games and Xbox, feel free to send us a voicemail. We'll get you in the show. Um, with that, let's wrap it up by going to new releases. Brun, why don't you tell us what our new releases are? Because Rob did all the news, so.
Yay! All right. So on the Xbox 360, we have Diablo 3 Ultimate Evil Edition. Very, very
Yeah.
good game.
That does include the original Diablo game too, so.
Yes. And then on the Xbox One, we have Diablo 3 Ultimate Evil Edition. Well,
Woo!
along with the Golf Club, which I think Vengeful Loki is responsible for creating the club. And I asked in the chat if it was cross-platform because I know it was like early release on Steam. The one thing about this game is it's not $60; it's actually cheaper. So I was kind of looking at some stuff. A lot of people are liking it. It's supposed to be like kind of more realistic, things like that. So, and that is all.
If you want realistic golf, why don't you just go
Golf.
golfing?
I'm horrible. I'd rather. I can actually might be able to be good at it. $35.99. Yeah, that's the cost for the game. So
So,
golf games. I've always found golf games fun. It's nice and relaxing, and definitely later in later advancement when you could actually save during the middle of a tournament or during the middle of a round was very nice because that made things a lot easier. Kind of lean back and
now, Brian, do you know much about about the game?
no, I do not.
Are they gonna have? Because what I'm wondering is if they'll have. Let me see. I'm looking through right now. If they'll have like a co-op or not a co-op. Um, what do you call it? Clubs and
Yes,
will you
they
be
do.
able? Will they like clan? Is there going to be clan thing in there so that? Because I told Loki, I said gave him permission to create the official TXL Golf Club
Right.
club.
Yep.
If there's something like that in the game.
I believe there is.
Okay.
Uh,
So okay. Well then there you go. So Loki, I think he'll be doing that. I know he's planning on buying this. So he will be managing the official TXL club in the golf club. So if you do get that and want to join the club, then go ahead and look for that. So, but yeah.
yep.
Anything else this
That's
week?
nope. That is all.
And where might one buy said video games if they
Oh,
so desired?
great question. Along with their video games and anything else that they want to buy, they can buy that via our Amazon link. So you can go to thisxboxlife.com/Amazon or go to thisxboxlife.com and click on it. And you'll be directed, buy everything you want, load it all up, purchase it, and it helps us out, gives us a little piece of the action without costing you a dime.
Nice.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Be sure to rate us on your favorite iTunes or podcast app of your choice. If they have a rating system, please rate us and give us some props to let others know about our show. We appreciate it. And we'll have more information for you in the coming weeks about revamping our T-shirts. The ones we have still have Kyle on them, and the old
Yeah.
Avatar stuff. We're gonna drop that get some new stuff out there. So I'll work on that in the next coming weeks and get the info out to you guys. Also, don't forget to go to our Facebook group and vote on what you want us to give away next week. We're going to give away something next week. Depends on whatever you guys ask us to. If you want $20 gift cards, we'll give a couple of them away. If you want $60, we might only give one or two away. So, but we'll give away what you guys want. So that question is already on the Facebook group. With that, thanks for watching. As always, I am Mark, aka Wingman 709, taking off.
I'm Rob, also known as Presar. Thanks for listening, everybody. Catch y'all next week.
Run BJ 33. Have a good one.